everybody, this is Bruce at Cincy Slots. I wanted to go over some new arrivals that we had this week, and some that, you know, may not be brand new, but we either got them back in stock or they are a brand new listing for our page. As you can see, I got a little helper here. Don't know how long she'll stay, but hopefully she doesn't get too out of line here. She looks a little energetic to me, but we'll see. Alright, so we're going to start off with Scalextric. They came out with the Mini 275 GT. I haven't seen a lot of buzz around this car. May not be, you know, a car that's super desirable here in the US, but nevertheless it is a pretty cool little vehicle. Let's take it off the base. It is not DPR ready, as you would expect with it being so small, but this gives you a comparison to the size when you put it in your hand. It's pretty tiny, about the same size as the other minis, although this one does have a different front end than what you're used to for a mini. But it is a pretty cool little car. They did a good job with that one. I'll put him back together in a minute. And then you have the Mini Miglia, which looks more like your traditional Mini. Take him off of here. Again, he's not going to be DPR ready either. I do like the different wheels. Usually you get mini lights on these instead of these little star wheels. The underside looks to be, let's see if they're the exact same chassis. It appears to be the same chassis, and it has the same part number, so yeah. Even though the body is different, they managed to use the same chassis, and I guess the body's not very different. If you look at the back, they're pretty much the same. It's got much wider fender flares on it than the other one. Oh, look at that. And on the red one, it's got a wider wheelbase in the back as well. So that's why the fender flares don't look out of line. And the front is the same. It's a little bit, it's hard to see with the guides fighting each other, but maybe over here you can see. It's got a wider track in the front. Very cool little cars. And the last newish release from Scalextric is the Mustang, 65 Mustang. I think they tried to make a Hertz Rent-A-Racer type of car out of this one. If I'm not mistaken, those were all fastbacks, but nonetheless, it's a pretty cool car. Gets you close enough, and it's another option for us in the Mustang line, so that's good to see. I got a Thunder slot, which has been out before, but we finally got some restock on the blue one. So if you're wanting the blue, look us up, cincyslots.com. You can order it there, or you can call us at the shop. And a sideways, we brought in this McLaren F1 GTR. That sucker's pretty sweet. Comes with wheel decals as well as some BMW badging. I guess they figured if it's not on the car, they won't get in trouble for it, so they include those. This is the rear spoiler. It appears that you do have to build it, glue it together, whatever. But yeah, this is a pretty slick car. Yeah, So if anyone's got one, leave a comment below and let us know how it runs for you. Then the Carson chips for the Scalextric, we've got those back in stock. So if anyone's needing a Carson chip, again, look us up, CincySlots.com. Now for the two newest releases, we got these in yesterday, and they're from NSR. It's the F122. So far, to my knowledge, you can only get them in the unpainted versions. But there is, if you look online, there is a metallic green, looks like the Aston Martin team. But it has not come to the US yet. Well, this looks a little flimsy. When you look underneath, it looks like they reinforced it pretty well. So you got your inline. It is a 21.4 King motor with magnet effect. So to race that in a no mag club series could be a little tricky. Let's just see. I mean, it's going to be more magnet than you're going to get out of a poly car, but you know, it's not like the BRM motors where you can put one of those in, or the Piranha motors, you put those in and it's a totally different car. But it's got, you know, the updated wheel inserts. It's actually pretty nice. So I'm interested. We're racing at a friend's house tomorrow. So this guy will most likely hit the track, and we'll see how it goes. Get you a little feedback on that guy. And last but not least, they have red. They also have white and yellow. So I just brought in the blue because that's the color I like, and then the red because you can't go wrong with red. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say Ferrari because there's been a lot of hubbub of that going around lately about them hunting down people using their name. So this looks like the manufacturer that's over in Italy. That's probably legal. But yeah, they did a really great job on these. It's a pretty simple body, but you know, it looks good. There's not a lot of stuff on it to break and bust off. And I think with the halo here, you know, you might be able to spare your mirrors because it'll probably go, when it flips, span from this piece to this piece and not mess with your rear view mirrors. This rear wing, it's pretty flimsy, so hopefully that'll allow it to stick around a little longer. You know, so if it flexes a little, maybe it'll absorb some of the impact and keep it from breaking. And let me see something on the bottom here. Yeah, it looks like you do have the screw holes in here. I believe those are only going to be for leveling out your wings. So if it's a little bit twisted, put the screw in on this side and bring it back to even. And you also have holes here which go through to the body, or the motor mount, motor pod. Oh gosh, that is really, really smooth when you turn these. So yeah, there you have it. We got, like I said, we got restock on the Thunder Slot Mustang, 3 new Scaly cars, that sideways McLaren, and hopefully, trying to think, what was it? Scalextric, the Michelin VW bus is on the way. Should be seeing that in the next week or so. We also have from Slotted the new Ken Miles GT40. It will be available to ship to customers on May 5th, along with this Porsche 962C, so keep an eye out for those. I'd like to see something from Carrera sooner than later, but I've not been made aware of anything coming yet. We also just took in a collection of very used Carrera 124 digital cars, as well as some 132nd digital and Pro X. We've only made it through the parts that came with the cars and the 124 cars. Many of these are going to be, the value is, they all code and run, but you know the tires are going to be junk most likely. And this is one of those scenarios where the parts are most likely going to be worth more than the whole. So when you look at a car and you're like, oh man, he wants $50 for this car. Well, the motor's still good. The chip's $30. The axles, you know, are $16 for the pair. You know, the magnet pieces. You know, if you have a car, say an Aston Martin missing a headlight cover, and this car has a headlight cover, or the windshield, or interiors, or, you know, they're worth more in parts than they are as a whole. And for the ones that last through the weekend or the end of next week, that's probably what I'll end up doing, is just disassembling it, taking the mirrors, taking all the plastic pieces off, all the clear plastic, and I'll put them up for sale on the page. But I think you'd be better suited to buy the whole car and use the parts. The headlights and taillights, which we all know are not serviced separate, those should be in all of the cars as well. So yeah, check it out. It's on the Carrera D124 as well as on our specials page. You should be able to find them in either place. Starting on Monday, I'll get into the 132nd D132 cars as well as the Pro X. So yeah, give us a check. Check us out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll be posting them. And on our homepage is probably the quickest way to find out how far we've made it through, because the last 36 entries for new cars show up on the homepage. So if you're ever looking to see what's been listed in the current, you know, day or two, most likely you'll be able to catch it on our homepage. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like, help us out, and you have a great weekend. Thanks.